What is up, crew? Happy Thursday. Get the music going. What's up, Tommy, Jarrett, Keegan? Oh, boy. What a chop fest. One second, guys. Sorry. See if we could tap into this hourly. What a chop day, though. I can't believe I'm not in spreads right now. Sucks. How's Ryan doing? I think he's about to hop on a plane, but he's doing all right, you know, as good as you can be. Still got all my fingers. Let's go. He's alive. He's alive. What the heck? There we go. Like, wouldn't close spaces there. That's so weird. Get the link out to the crew. Where's everybody? All right, we got the link out to some of the crew. Early bird gets the worm. We went 2 out of 3 today. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I took one trade this morning. We tapped into this inversion, and we had a nice inverse here. It's changing the state, but I only took it to, what was that gap we were? I think it was a 15-minute gap. Or was it a 5-minute? Yeah, it was me trimming into this 15-minute gap because we had this here. Other than that, I haven't done anything, and gosh, I wish I was in spreads. I was looking at 610s this morning. They were 14 cents. When I was looking at them, they're at 2 right now. So I didn't get those, but all good. Still just stuck in this range. Haven't tapped hourly fair value. Haven't taken out IB low. Still just stuck. No real decisions made. So we'll see. Up like 6,800 on the day. Let's go, Brent. Woo! It's a good day, brother. Hell yeah. I top ticked the hell out of this trade. Let's go. Love that. How can one learn about the IB low and high? I mean, Edgeful itself, they have a ton of videos and stuff. If you actually have Edgeful, an account, I mean, there's a video for every single report that they have. So that's going to be the spot to find videos on it. But I mean, it's pretty simple. Every day we get IB by rejection data. It tells us what is the most likely to break after that first hour forms, whether it's the high or the low to break first. Use that to your advantage right there, right? So it's pretty simple. It's on the wealth charts format. I hate it. Didn't mean to buy it, but I didn't know Apex website. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You didn't go to the TradingView ones. You went to the wealth charts because you thought that. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people make that mistake because they don't realize that there's other accounts that they offer. We are coming in. They're finally going to take IB low. I mean, fuck, it's about time. I haven't heard of Edgeful yet, so thank you, Jordan. Yeah, no worries. I can show you the platform real quick. So this is some data from today. Shows you initial balance by weekday. So it's a high chance that we do get a single break on Thursdays. So we already know that the chance for getting a single break is good. The data itself has a 78% chance of breaking every day. Specifically on Thursdays, 88%. And then the initial balance by rejection is what we look at next, because it tells us, okay, if the IB high formed first, the chances are going to be that we take out IB low, and vice versa. If the IB low forms first, the chances are going to be towards the high. And IB is formed by 10:30 every day, right? So by 10:30, I can go look at this data and see, okay, we're in the middle. It's 10:30. We haven't taken IB low or high yet, but this data is telling me that there's a freaking 80% chance of taking out the low first today or whatever. I can use that data to my advantage, right? So Yeah, shout out Edgeful, guys. I'll throw a link in the chat if you guys want to get access to that. There's that link if you want to check it out. Feel free. Here we are coming in. No way they finally take IB low. They do it? They going to do it? M's gonna be mad. He just boarded the plane and we freaking rugged ever since he started doing that. Uh-oh. Can you use Edgeful for SPY? Absolutely. I pretty much just use them for futures, but you can use them for SPY, QQQ, other names. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I get you, Tommy. I never lock accounts either anymore. I don't need to, like, but it's definitely useful when you're in the beginning. Why are you not letting me do this? Aha. That might be why. Oh boy. They finally going to do it, huh? Oh, damn. Yes, right at London High? Maybe. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it's at London High. Look who's popping in. What's up, Options Mike?
Dude, it was sitting backstage forever. I came out and went back in. I'm trying to get a hold of you. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Did you already popped in, you said?
I was in like right after you sent me the link, and I sent you private the chat, and you just weren't responding.
Oh, what the heck? I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. I've been trying to do a few things while I've been getting the stream started. How are you guys, man? Doing good, doing good. It was a choppy-ass day in the market, but then finally we're trying to move it. The first like morning hourly range, we still haven't broken on NQ, and I'm like, are we gonna break the low finally now?
It looks like we're trying. Tight range day today.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I haven't done much today. I'm not afraid to admit it. I just
me neither. I took one trade on futures and I missed my opportunity to sell credit spreads, and we chopped all day. So I'm just like, I'm screwed. You know, but it's a good day. A lot of people in the chat making good money, just scalping around, which is awesome to see. It's just not really my way of doing things. But I guess, I mean, the trade I took this morning was pretty scalpy. I literally just took us on NQ basically from this 630 area to the 700s, and I was out after that.
I shorted Tesla today on puts, and it wasn't doing what I wanted to do, so I got out for a couple $100 gain, nothing huge, and then switched long to make some nice money on it. But
yeah,
And I trimmed my ONDS position again. Got that huge pop up on it today.
Nice, you're in the Ondas. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been doing it since under 9, so just down to 25% size now on it because it's just extended as hell here, but looks good. I just, I don't like how the market's trading. Google opened at the all-time high and just puked right out of the gate. Just puked right out of the gate. Holding fine, nasty. But just ugly. Amazon still looks great. I can't tell you how much I really like that name this year, but I'm not trying to sell you guys. I'm just loving it. I didn't trade it today though. I just own it.
And where are we at on Amazon?
Apple, Nvidia, AMD.
Google picked it back up too. It's been a little, I don't know, quieter with some of these other names, but back at highs now.
Yeah, I mean, Palantir, which looked good yesterday, puking today.
Also, space names. I know ASTS yesterday was sold 12%. Now it's back up 5%.
Well, I mean, it was this whole thing with Trump. Yeah, I mean, when he gets like this, it gets difficult in the market. When he gets extremely vocal and stuff, it's very tough sometimes. The market, especially when it's thin like it is right now, reacts to things it probably shouldn't be overly reacting to.
Agreed.
So no more dividends, no more buybacks for defense companies, but then they set a $1.5 trillion defense budget. So everything, yin-yanged them, everything came crashing down, everything up even higher now.
Yeah.
So,
I feel so stupid not selling spreads today, but is what it is. The premium's gone. Can't change it.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those days. BABA gets a price target cut. And
did it really?
Yeah.
I really like BABA on the chart. Like the company itself, I could care. I don't really give a fuck, to be honest, about the long term. But in terms of just where we're at technically and how the chart's been looking, I do really like it. It's just needs a catalyst, needs some volume, needs something to happen there,
I generally avoid China names. There's too much overnight risk with those things.
Yeah, look at the gaps, right? Just look at all the gaps everywhere. That tells you that right there. Same thing with biotech. But again, just this look for me, this is what I'm getting at. You look at this bigger time frame, it's like backtest this previous high. All this to me, like really, this entire area is just quote unquote buy zone, which I don't mean just like blindly buy, of course, but what I'm looking at is like this whole area is where buys can step in. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, until we run through that, I don't know.
You know what else I'm watching here is this. I'm watching this energy move today out of nowhere.
XLE's been doing great. Steady grind up, filled this gap. Are there any specific names you're looking at?
Look at ExxonMobil, all-time highs. I'm sorry, not all-time highs, just off the all-time highs.
But right there, I mean,
yeah.
Sheesh.
Right.
That weekly candle looks good.
I mean, BE Energy today, Bloom Energy had a nice big move when, extended, but it's just a weird market. It's like every day we rotate around here. The financials, which they didn't want yesterday, coming running back today. Am I on the wrong microphone again? Yes, I am. That's why I sound like crap.
You're Hold good. On. No worries. Doesn't sound bad.
About now.
Oh, definitely sounds different.
I just realized I saw it for some reason. This software
That's so much clearer.
Always switches off on me to another microphone.
All good. Yeah, that sounds way better.
And maybe it's waiting on tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to get non-farm payroll. We're going to get some rulings from Supreme Court as to what they are. We don't know. But it could be the tariff.
I just did the math on all the accounts this week. I'm up $12K, $254. Let's go, Brent. Bro, that's huge. Congrats. It's a month of trading you just did in a week. I can tell you I am not up 12K this week, but...
No. Not my trading account. But I'm not trying either here.
I'm actually down, but made some back today, so... I'm down to start the year. Did what I did not want to do, but I do it every year. Every fucking year I do it. So at least we got it out the way.
I always find this first week or two, everybody's so gung-ho and they overtrade.
Yep. 100%. I've actually kept myself from pressing the button too much. It's just not getting what I want.
Hood had a nice recovery.
Hoodie.
Still don't like the chart overall, but nice recovery.
Yeah. D's still down. Jeez, that looks rough. M's out of his puts, though. I'm buzzed up. Let's go, Brent. Congrats, my man. I'm stoked for you. That's awesome. Everybody should run some W's in the chat for Brent. It's amazing. Oh, boy. Lottie. That is a chop fest if I've ever seen one, ladies and gents. I hope some of you guys sold spreads, though. Those 610s are just worthless right now. They were at 14 cents this morning. Worth nothing. Let's go. Love to see the chat supporting. What's the heat map looking like? Still a lot of green. Just your semis and tech, not loving it. Healthcare's down a bit too.
Yesterday they wanted tech, right? Today they want nothing to do with it.
Yep.
Micron finally having a down day. Look at that. Look at the semis. Qualcomm is having a nice day.
Yeah. Qualcomm just looks healthy, gosh. Gold's trying to hold up that previous day low. Silver. Gosh, got so close on all-time highs. Didn't quite take it.
I don't think that trade's over yet for some reason. I know a lot of people are trying to short the hell out of them. I'm like,
Beginning of the year, looks like it was just a little slower and hairy like everything else, but I'm with you. I'm in no camp of trying to predict the top on that. Look at Brent, just gifted 5 memberships. Let's go. Whoever just joined the Wolf Pack from Brent, make sure you guys throw some W's. Thank him in the chat. Appreciate you, Brent. That's how you know he's trading good. Lots of memberships. Love it. Ain't no IB low yet. Boris.
CES seems to have been very quiet, very not much anything cool coming out of that this year.
Which one was that?
CES, Consumer Electronics Show.
Reminder for anybody that trades on Alpha Futures, all active Project X subscriptions will be closed after January 15th. Doesn't mean your trading account will be closed then, but the subscription will not renew on its next rebuild date. You will be able to continue trading those accounts until February 28th, and then you're done. No mas. I would just make the switch now and get on Tradify. Hello from 4F. Let's go, Amp. He's in his seat. Market did not hold up, but, well, it held up the low. But it kind of... It heard you were getting on a plane and said, damn it, I'm going to turn around. So, back in the middle, man.
I can't believe we're letting Imp travel. I mean, should make him just sit there and not go anywhere.
Not allowed. Smith said SoFi off the lows. Yeah.
I did not like how it had that beautiful day on Monday and then just...
It did get slapped.
Yeah, don't like that.
Not great. Yeah, right after filling that gap.
Rocket holding well. RKT. Still constructive.
It's not all-time highs right there? No, not quite yet, but would be like 52-week highs probably, yeah.
Nice move on target today. Costco.
Oh, yeah, you see 2x leverage Costco ripping.
Look at that.
I forgot it exists. And then Emp reminded me this morning, and it's up freaking almost 10%. COTG.
Did not know that.
I'm pretty sure it's the only one right now out, unless somebody else picked it up and did it as well. But
it's so thinly traded. Holy crap.
Yeah. Wild. I mean, what else do we do with this rest of the day? Genuinely.
I see nothing here. We're just very quiet, very sideways. For me, I'm always looking for momentum, and you look at these candles; there's just not much movement on them.
I was looking at those 614s on QQQ this morning when we were like right here on NQ. 14 cents. It was like the top of those spreads. I'm legit done for the week. Let's go. Is it true most of the money in the markets are made the first 90 minutes of the trading day? For day traders, yeah.
Especially in the market we currently have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stuck in this rut now for a bit where it just likes to open up, have volume, and then goes to sleep.
Yeah. Like, I have specific rules where I'm not allowed to trade through lunchtime because statistically the trading is horrible. Like, statistically, I get stopped out majority of the time if I'm trying to take a trade in lunch, so I just remove it completely from my trading.
I don't like trading during lunch either. You're not alone.
Jordan, do you know Ace of Trades? Yes, I do. He's a homie. I know him through Paper Gains. He's in Paper Gains Discord. Shout out Ace. He's really good. IB lows down here. At some point, we're going to make a decision. And it's either going to be IB low or it's going to be this hourly fair value. So then, you don't want to be in the middle. I'm trying to decide whether to follow his server or Paper or both. I mean, if you get Paper server, you get his alerts, but that's it. I mean, it depends on what trader you are, to be completely honest. Like, if you trade ICT, I would go to Ace of Trades. If you swing trade more, like, Paper doesn't trade ICT, but like, he will use higher time frame for value gaps for sure. I mean, if you're more swing trading side of things, I would go with Paper. Depends on kind of what trader you are. He doesn't alert on Paper server anymore. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, then, I mean, pick your poison, you know? Are you an intraday ICT trader or not? If you're intraday ICT, I would push you towards Ace of Trades just because I know that's what he does. I would go Paper any day. Yeah, I love Paper. Definitely don't count out Ace of Trades, though. Again, just depends on type of trader you want to be. Because, like, to be completely honest, if you're somebody that's trading ICT, wanting to trade that intraday, and you go to Paper server, you're not going to be pleased. Right? That's not to say Paper server is bad. Paper server is amazing. Actually, I would argue probably the best server out there. I don't get paid to say that or anything. Like, I just genuinely think so. But in terms of like what you're actually looking for, if you're somebody like me that's going into that server looking for guidance in that area, you're not going to be pleased with what you find. Yeah, I would arguably say the best. Best I've seen personally. ICT is great, but I hate how he teaches it like it's gospel, you know, like where people setups with good risk management. It's good for retail. Yeah. I have interesting thoughts on it. It's like, on one hand, I get you. On the other hand, all of us traders, everybody that's on social media preaches what they do like it's gospel. And so it's just a matter of finding what works for you. Really? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, there's not other ways to trade. We all know there are. We all know you can trade EMAs. You could trade 1,000 different things. There's so many ways to trade. But you got to find what's clicks in your brain. And I very much need to know why something's happening. Not necessarily news. Oh, why we pop? Like, that's not what I'm looking for. But, like, what is the market mechanics of what's happening? I don't just want to randomly take a trade off of a level because I expect a 20-point reaction. For me, that's not clarity. For me, clarity is aligning that lower time frame with what's actually happening on the higher time frame and finding the actual context in what's happening with the market, in the chart, in price action. And for me, I'm only finding that with what I'm doing with ICT concepts, right? I'm not going to be able to look at a trade off of a 21 EMA rejection and be able to gather the context that I can take that trade 200 points lower. But if I'm actually understanding the higher time frame context of what's going on with order flow, with liquidity, because you ask any trader, even a trader that trades EMAs, chart patterns, whatever it may be, if you ask them what runs the market, what is the market, what is running the market, it's liquidity. Everybody's going to answer liquidity because arguably that is what runs the market, right? All I'm doing is basing my charts and what I'm looking at and how I understand the market off of liquidity and order flow, right? So it's my thoughts. It's a matter of, like, really, again, what type of trader do you want to be? Do you want to play reactions? You can, right? Like, you can play reactions off of EMAs and do that stuff, or supply and demand, whatever it may be, Bollinger Bands. I don't know. Like, people are using all kinds of things out there now. For me, that doesn't give me clarity. I've used it in the past. It doesn't give me, I don't have a system that actually brings me consistency in the future. And so that's why I use the other way, because what's funny is I actually tried to prove it wrong, and that's why I switched. All my life, all my trading life at least, you hear everybody say, it's dog shit, this doesn't work, this sucks. I finally was just like, okay, let's see that it doesn't work. And then I was backtesting and I never went back, because I've never seen the consistency I saw with anything else. What's the settings on your ICT? What does that mean? It's not an indicator, if that's what you're asking. There's no settings for it specifically. How's your trading going so far today, Jordan? A little slow, but it's all right. I took a little scalp this morning, but nothing else, unfortunately. I really wish I got some spreads today, but I did not. Headed for yesterday's high? Maybe. I don't think you can know that at all until we're running through this area, to be completely honest. This is all bearish for value. At first glance, you have to expect previous hourly highs to get swept into hourly order flow to respect that. If the market tells you different, then I'm with you. But I don't see that until market tells me we can run through the spot 757. To clarify, you're primarily ICT. Yeah, I mean, pretty much only. That's all I trade. Of course, long-term investing is like different, but in terms of intraday trading, that's all I'm trading besides credit spreads. I trade a specific model that's called the forever model. Oh, talking about comp headed for yesterday's high? Let me see. Compass. I haven't really looked at this name. It is ripping though, yeah. Looking great, man. It's been doing numbers. Jeez. Yeah, nice moves. It's not far from all-time highs.
It's just so quiet here.
Yeah. Do you ever teach it on here? I mean, in terms of going through like step by step my strategy, not really. We are rolling out a ton of educational videos though that will help with all that. I'm gonna start kind of breaking it down step by step. I think we're gonna have one of my buddies come in as well and do a whole boot camp on the Wolf Trading YouTube. So I'll be coming, but on my own YouTube channel, I already have a ton of videos as well of doing what I'm doing. You can see videos of me back testing what I do. I can just post that. I just typed in the chat, so if you want to find my YouTube easily, it's in the chat. Does it take a while to learn? There is no set answer for that, to be honest. I mean, it can. Depends on how teachable you are, but I mean, anybody can learn it, of course. I wouldn't put a set time frame on it, though. Depends, too. Like, are you coming from no trading knowledge? Or are you coming from some trading knowledge? Like, I luckily was coming from some knowledge, right? Like, I've already been trading the market for a few years. So it's not like I was completely blind to, like, market mechanics at all. But I don't know. I would almost argue it's better if you come in and don't have any previous thoughts. Can you apply that to options, or is it better for future scalps? You can apply the analysis to anything, but trying to trade options based off of this is going to be different just because, I mean, options have theta decay, right? So in terms of timing, you're going to have to time it better. But analysis, yeah, like I'll look at any individual ticker. Anytime you guys throw a ticker in chat, you're like, oh, look at IRIN. I can't look at this like and not see what I've been taught with those concepts, right? Like once I learned it, there's no going back. There's no looking at things differently for me anymore. Like I can look at any individual gold, silver, any futures, doesn't matter, and just apply those concepts to anything I'm looking at. Of course, time frame does change things in terms of where you might be positioning yourself, but it does not change what's happening on the chart. Right? Price is completely fractal. What's happening? That's why I do laugh when, you know, obviously I'm not trying to trade a 5-second chart, but people will like trade a 1-minute chart, but then hate on a 30-second. And it's just hilarious because it's like price is completely fractal. And depending on what time frame you're trading on, really does not it does not matter whether you're on a 30-second, a 1 minute, a 5 minute, a 30 minute, a 15. Price is completely fractal. It's doing this exact same thing on every single time frame. What matters is what time frame you're choosing to position yourself for good risk to reward. That's what matters. And so if your risk to reward is, I've had plenty of trades where I'm taking it on a 30-second. Risk to reward is fire, and some trades are fire, some trades aren't. It doesn't change anything. Just because it's on a 30-second isn't going to make it shitty, right? I'm not telling you to go trade a 5-second chart. It's stupid. And I'm not telling you need to trade a 30-second chart. That's stupid too. But what I'm saying is multiple time frame confluence. That's why I hate too when people are like, oh, they'll make like this big post on X on how 5-minute time frame is the best intraday trading time frame. It's like, bro, there is no best time frame. The best time frame doesn't exist. The best thing you can do is be aligning yourself with the higher time frame context of what's actually happening, right? And finding your good risk to reward on that lower time frame. There's no best time frame. One day it's gonna be fire price action on the 5-minute. The next day you're gonna try and trade it and your whole system's gonna be botched, right? So it's not about finding the time frame, because again, that's too easy. People want to just find one time frame to sit on all day because it's easy. Trading's not easy. Sorry, right? Like, you're not going to find massive success doing that, in my opinion. You're just not. It's all about context.
All right, Jordan, I'm going to cut. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Be good. Nice little dissertation there, man. Sounded good.
Thank you, brother.
And yeah,
always appreciate you hopping on.
No problem. I'll catch you guys later.
Sounds good. Scanning all time frames quickly. I mean, yeah, it might sound like a lot of work, but again, like, I just have no sympathy for the people that say that, you know? Like, we're sitting on the computer. That's a lot of work. Switching time frames? Come on. Get the context of every time frame. That's why you see me. I'm on a 5-minute. I'm on a 15. I'm on a daily. I'm on a 4-hour. I'm on a 1-minute. Constantly everywhere, you know? I'm all for simplicity. Simplicity is not a bad thing. Simplicity is a great thing in the market and in your strategy. But I will say there's a such thing as being too simple, guys. There is. Trading's complicated. Trading's hard. There's going to be a certain essence and a certain level of complication that comes with it. You know, so I always keep that in mind too. And it all depends on what you want out of the moves you're looking for. Like, are you trying to catch those quick scalp reactions, you know? Are you trying to catch, 120 point moves? It really depends on what you're doing. Apply to Tesla. What do you think? Well, my whole thoughts on Tesla over the past few months have been it's all been ICT. I'll say that right now. It's all been that. Everybody wonders why I had the confidence of when we were accumulating, we broke down and then we ripped to all-time highs. How was I able to have good conviction for that happening? Well, again, I mean, you see accumulation here. With what I'm doing, I'm very much taught that no market, and you can very much go back test this, no market is just going to consolidate in reverse completely from that consolidation. There has to be some sort of sweep of price action. There needs to be a sweep of liquidity of some sort. And so knowing that, right, a lot of people on Tesla during this time, it's quiet, nothing's happening. What are people waiting for? Well, a lot of people are saying this is a bull flag on the bigger time frame. I'm going to get long for all-time highs. And where's my stop going to go? Probably the bottom of the range, right? So what happens here? Well, here a ton of traders get long Tesla anywhere in this area, right? Anywhere in this area, they're getting long Tesla. It's extremely likely that their stops are sitting here. I don't have to see your stop loss to know that. I know for a fact that if you're long here, This is the bottom of the range. You probably think we're going to break structure and go to the downside below this range, right? But what those traders fail to see is, again, higher time frame context, time frame alignment. If you look at what was happening when we broke down, when we were trying to break structure on Tesla to the downside, where were we breaking structure into? Giant weekly fair value. This could be drawn like this now. Giant weekly fair value. So that invalidates completely this break of structure down. We're breaking into massive bullish order flow. Nothing is actually bearish unless we're breaking through this weekly spot, right? So what does that mean for me? That means, okay, for one, I didn't mention this, I'm always trading in AMD. And I'm not talking about the ticker. I'm talking about accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? When we're in a range accumulating, I'm expecting us to now, we have bullish order flow sitting below us. I want to see us manipulate from accumulation, manipulate lower to distribute higher. And I made the post about this literally way before this already happened. It's not like I'm looking at this after the fact. I made a post on November 21st talking about this, right? So this is not after the fact. This was way before the fact. And so if I'm always looking for the market to accumulate, manipulate, distribute, well, what do I see here? I see accumulation, consolidation sideways, manipulation of those lows, right? All the buyers that were here are getting stopped out of their positions here. And now I am looking to distribute higher into the all-time highs, the target that everybody wanted in the first place, right? And so, I mean, that is essentially what I'm doing. It's the same thing with NQ every day. When we go to our overnight levels, right? I'll go to some examples here. This week has been tougher on the overnight levels with trying to trade around them on the first week. So it's been a week you got to be a little bit more careful. But last week was a great representation of what I just showed on Tesla, but on these lower time frames, right? A lot of the time, you're going to see Asia session, London session trade. Well, if we're taking out all the Asia highs, all the London highs, and leaving London lows, Asia lows, what's going to be my targets for that day? What's the left liquidity in the market? It's all these lows, right? We've traded to these highs, but we haven't traded to these lows, right? And where does the market go? I'm going to do a whole video on this for you guys as well, but it's over and over that we're accumulating in these overnight sessions. We will manipulate those night sessions in New York session and distribute to the left liquidity that's left. It's the same thing on Tesla that I just showed, but on a lower time frame, right? Look at Asia session created, London session created. In New York, we opened up, we manipulated, we were accumulating here, we manipulated all those highs to distribute where? To the left liquidity at the lows. So hope that kind of makes sense. It's all the same thing. Every ticker, every name I look at, it's all the same. Nothing changes. It's just a matter of what's happening on that ticker, right? So this week didn't work, but last week worked. I will say majority of the time, I will say probably, I don't have the actual statistics on this. I would love to see if we can get something on Edgeful on that. But I remember doing some data analysis just using AI, and it's around like 65 to 70% of the time you're going to rebalance to the untapped London session level. Meaning if we took out the high, open up and the lows left, it's about a 65 to 70% chance you take out that left would be London low in that case. So yeah, Boris, there's definitely, like I said, I warned you guys of this multiple times last week that, hey, obviously nothing's 100%. You're going to have times where it doesn't exactly play out the way you wanted, right? Like we have a few days this week where we did play it out this morning, right? We took out the London session high. Where did we trade? All the left liquidity at the London low, Asia low. Today it worked out. I didn't end up playing that because it was right at the open. I didn't have a clear setup, so I played the long after taking out all the lows. But that played out today. Yesterday, it did play out, but again, just another one where it's right into open. And sometimes you're going to have these days throughout the week where it's not perfect, right? It's not setting up perfectly like it was maybe last week. And that's where, hey, if you can get a little cheese from it, cool. If not, you stay away. You keep hands off because you know majority of the time that this is going to play out for you, right? And even here, it did do well. We didn't need to trade to those London session lows, but you can see we swept Asia lows, took out that London high in New York. New York was obviously a little choppy in the beginning and then traded to Asia, right? So even on a week like this, yes, it's not as clean and as perfect, but levels are still playing out majority of the time. Monday, or this was Tuesday. Tuesday was a little bit of a rougher day, right? It took out Asia lows. London was weird. Didn't really trade to the lows. We took out all the highs and never traded to the lows. You're going to have days like that, right? So again, when those days come, you either sit out, you maybe take a trade and it ends up being a small loss. That's okay. You're never going to win 100% of the time. But what you can do is put yourself, again, in the highest probability environment and trades to be taken. From this, we might look at Asia session low. I believe it's already been taken. So Asia's already been taken. Maybe if you're looking at ES, I don't know. ES, that would be the next low. Yes, that would be the next low on ES. For NQ, it's already taken. Boris, I would say don't use any data. Go back test it yourself. I tell you guys this every time. Do not take what I say and go apply it. Don't. Do not take what I say and apply it. Go back test it yourself. Go do the work. Nobody wants to do the work, though. Nobody wants to spend hours back testing, and I understand it. But if you want to get better at trading, you will. So don't take my word for it. Go back test using order flow, sweeping overnight levels yourself. And take what you want from it. Do not apply what I say blindly. It's exactly what I did, right? I saw things. I was like, oh, I want to try that. So I went, I back tested it for months, and then I applied it. I did not just blindly apply something. Can't be bothered, but maybe one day I'll test it. Hey, no worries. But just means you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. Is Apple a good chance to buy? Depends on what time frame. I mean, if you're looking for long-term investing, you're red on the year. You're taking a massive dip into some super interesting spots on this weekly chart. About to fill this big weekly gap, or could fill. I'm not going to say it's going to because you don't know that yet. But I'd really be looking for Apple to hold this 252, which is that gap fill. But I think Apple is not a bad long-term pickup where it's at, personally. I do not hate that. For the long term. Trying to start my day with S&D, but this is only for index. How do you find the market bias for other stocks? I mean, you can essentially do something similar. Assets are going to move very similar. But you're going to have to backtest that for yourself and find the best way, because I don't do that. I only trade the indices. So what we were talking about on Tesla. Oh yeah, EMP. I look at Apple and see a buy zone from the 200-day up to this area, accumulate, like Jordy said. Yeah. Another thing about it, like accumulation, is like, what do you guys think we're doing in the market right now? Right? This is accumulation sideways. So again, it's not the exact same chart as Tesla, but similar thought process, right? When I look at this, how do I relate this to that Tesla chart? Well, it's the same thing. We've been accumulating here, right? I don't expect us to just move further from this accumulation and that be it. If anything, I think if we go from this accumulation and take out the lows, I think that's going to provide the liquidity to take us higher. If we want to trade to these highs, these hourly highs, I would like to see that provide the liquidity to bring us lower. What will make me wrong there is if we were to run through 757. If that happens, it's like, okay, Jordan, you're wrong. Both your thoughts are not working out. You need to switch what you're thinking here, right? And so it's very simple that I know I need to sit back and do pretty much nothing until one side is taken. Now, most people are going to look at this accumulation and say, if we break down from here, I want to short for lower. If we break up from here, I want to long for higher. Where I'm generally looking at things the complete opposite. It's like, no, I want to take those highs, sweep those highs, look above and fail, or look below and fail type of thing. Market makers gave us too much money yesterday, so they're chopping it. Yeah. Past whole week, I mean, there's been some big moves, you know. Stark overnight levels, but I do not see it, sir. Well, Stock Talk joined some time with Wolf. Do you mean like just on the stream or kind of become more of a part of Wolf? If it's the second one, I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not too sure. But we love Stock Talk. Love having him around. We could probably get him on some more streams, though, if that's what you mean. I know he's popped on maybe once or twice with us, but maybe on some days where he's a little more freed up, we could get him on, if that's what you're asking. I'm sure he'd be happy to. Hi, bullish or bearish rest of session? Let me explain this. This is where I hope it makes sense that, like, at all times in the market, guys, you're not just going to be like bullish or bearish. Not at all times. Like, there's going to be times where it's like, I need to see more for me to make that decision. And that's where I'm at. It's like, look at, we're in this accumulation. We're in the middle. So it's always if this, then that. What Emp was saying earlier, right? This is how we trade. If this happens, then I will do this. And so that's the situation we're in right now. If we were to pop up to the high, previous hourly highs, hourly bearish order flow, I would have to be looking on the short side because I expect us to be in accumulation, manipulate to that order flow to set up to go lower. Now, where I'm wrong on that, again, is if we run through 757. If we run through 757, then okay. This is telling me that my bearish thoughts are wrong. We're running through bearish order flow, and we should expect these highs to come into play, so I'm going to have to be more bullish. Vice versa. If we end up breaking down from this range and sweeping out these lows, I have to be bullish because of the order flow that's down here, right? We're on the bigger time frame. We're in bullish order flow here. And that would be a sweep of that liquidity. I'd be looking for that low to get swept and then trade higher, right? So if you ask if I'm bullish or bearish right now, I'm neither. I'm neutral, sitting back, waiting to see what the market wants to tell me it's going to do, right? And that's where we just have our lines in the sand. We kick back, not get chopped up in this range. If we are getting chopped up, it's because we're selling spreads to all the people that are degens, and you're making money off that chop, right? How'd you learn order flow? I'm just watching videos on imbalances and fair value gaps. When I say order flow, I'm not meaning like I'm using an order flow platform and looking at a whale buying $100,000 worth of calls in something, right? I'm looking at the order flow in the chart. A lot of people don't understand that fair value gaps, imbalances are order flow. They are. But that's a whole nother conversation. How to put our money in stocks for long-term investing. I mean, there's plenty of videos on that. Depends on what you're actually looking for. Are you looking to how to open up an account? Are you looking on what you need to actually trade, right? Like that's a broad question there. But best way to long-term invest is have some sort of retirement account that you can be putting a percentage of your earnings into and investing in stocks that you believe in for the future that, you know, hopefully you're getting some tax benefits on in a tax beneficial account. IWM, which has been cooking. Back at those all-time highs. I mean, what do you do with it, you know? RTY insanely strong, looking great. If you've been in it, then awesome. But if you're looking to get in this right now, I don't see the reason, you know. But it's beautiful, looking good. Looks like it wants to grab these highs and try and continue higher. I don't see why not yet. But the brain says, wait, it's coin flip chop. That's why we can't tell anyone where it goes. But the brain says, that's precisely, Brent. So people, right? This is how us humans work. We'll say, everything's neutral here. I need to see lower to try and move higher. I need to see higher to try and move lower, whatever, right? But then we'll try and break down from this choppiness that we're in a little bit, like we have multiple times, and people will get short because they think it's finally going to go to this low. And then what do? They get short. They get short, right? Look at right here. They think it's going to break down and finally go to the low. They get short. They probably throw their stop at that most recent high, trying to get short. And what happens? Market rips, stops you out, comes right back in. Right? Because there's no clarity for us going to this low or this high yet. The market's going to decide it. And if you're trying to catch that move, I think it's just risky. You might be able to catch it. You might finally do it. And if you do, congrats. Like, good job. Nobody has conviction for it. Like, you know what I mean? The only thing that gives me a little bit of an edge for deciding which one might break is the IB data that we have. There's a high chance that we do try and take out the IB low. That might influence some of your decisions, right? But still, you're getting chopped up if that's your thoughts today, right? I wanted to see this IB low come into play all day so I could just get long this like heavily. Never happened. And so that's the issue too, right? It's like, okay, I have my lines in the sand. I'm waiting for us to move to one, but then you see something and you're like, oh, I think it's going to go to the high, so let me get in. And then you get in at the middle. You think it's going to go to the high and it rugs on you, right? And you're like, oh, I should have just waited. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Because there's no clarity, no conviction. And all this comes back to why I'm trading the way I do. It's conviction. It just comes down to conviction. Jordan, what is an IB low and high, and how do you find it? Just the first hour of the market. So from 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 10:30 a.m. Eastern, that time frame, whatever high we made and whatever low we made in that time, in that 30-minute span, is your IB high and low. So it's like an hourly orb. It's like the first hour orb is another way you could say it. Yeah, I know Emp. Yeah, Emp swung those puts. I'm pretty sure he closed them. I know he did on AMD. I don't know about SPY or anything, though. No, you're good, Anthony. All good, bro. Yeah, super simple, though. Just that first hour. So, you know, today... Whoa, what the heck? So today, right, first hour from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. is... This was the low. This was the high. This is your IB high. This is your IB low. Right, same thing every day. If we go back to yesterday, it's the same thing, right? 9:30 opens. We made a low. The high is 10:30 ends here. So the high, IB high is here. IB low is here, right? It's just whatever that first hourly high and low is. Super simple. Where's all the rest of the group? Emp, Will, Rizzo? I don't know. Well, Emp is on a plane. I sent everybody else the link to hop in, so just waiting for them to hang out if they want to. Oh, Audemars Piguet. That's it. What happened to Rizzo? I mean, I know just holidays and everything. He was taking some time off, so he might just be extending that a little bit into the new year, which I totally get. He made a ton of money last year, but yeah, he hasn't been on much. Uh-oh. We're preparing for possible outages during the storm. Spectrum, what storm? Is there another storm coming, dude? What do you mean? It's beautiful skies for a week and a half. Storm. Liars. Is it time to finally take out IB low? Spectrum is the worst. Boris, tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. No, it sucks, though. It's all I can get. It's all I can get out here. Out here in Ojai, California, damn it. It's 2026, guys. We don't have fiber. It's 2026. We don't have fiber in California. I'm only like an hour from LA. I'm not in like the most rural area ever. But you can get Starlink. It's true. It's true. I'm just like, I know, Boris. I know. Damn it. I know. It's the one thing I can get, I believe. Well, actually, wait. My problem when I was looking at it, and it's probably better now, but my problem when I was looking at it is the speeds were like This was a year ago or so, though, and it was just like the speeds they were telling me that Starlink would be were not nearly as good as like actual Wi-Fi at the time, at least. And I was like, I don't know. Nah, Boris is just our like. I like Boris. I like having Boris in here. Boris, don't get it twisted. I like you a lot. Boris is the man. I actually, you got every chat has to have a little bit of a troll, and I love that. And to be honest, I like it because Boris points out things that I might be explaining and that he's already heard me say, but like just to like kind of get it and like get it in front of the audience. And also like it's always a good check, right? He's trying to check me, which I like. I like it. And it'll be like even today, right, Boris? Like you'll say, okay, like last week, all those levels you had were playing out, but this week it's not playing out as much, right? And you're real. Yeah, exactly. And I explain it, right? So I appreciate it actually because it brings up good conversation, right? Even something as simple as that, as me talking about the overnight levels and how last week they work out really well. This week it's a little more like messy with them. You know what I mean? That needs to be talked about. And so I actually appreciate it. I don't want that to get twisted. Also, I get antsy when I'm talking about this stuff because I'm so passionate about it, right? So when I get like excited, I'm just excited. What did Emp post in the chat? I can't click on it when I'm on Restream, so hold on. Let me go in. Oh, look at this. He posted it. Ah! Wait, guys. You ready? Look at this. Markets open, we trade, baby. Hey! Bro, somebody did that. It looks pretty real, huh? That looks pretty real. Shit. With the wolf trading on there? He flying business. Keeping it cool, baby. That's sick. Everybody should go like and comment on that post. Maybe repost it if you're super cool. Only for the super cool people though. They're trying to take IB low finally. Hasn't done it yet though. Still. Faith, rejuvenate my faith. That inheritance about to hit, bro. I think Emp is the inheritance, bro.
What's up, guys?
What's up, baby?
What up, Buttercup?
We haven't done shit still.
We just hit that same bottom from earlier where I was saying launch.
Dude, look at my lines in the sand, Casey. It's literally like make a decision. Take IB low. We could sweep go higher. Take this high. Sweep go lower. Or we just rip higher.
You see what SPY did right when it hit my level upside?
Oh my god.
High of day. I said 690.6. It hit 690.62.
I know.
We were like, sell it, bring it back down in. And here we are. I mean,
here we are.
Nothing. And now it's long off of this 688.50, and look at this spike on SPY. Look.
Yep.
Same shit, different day.
Any thoughts on Rocket Lab or ASTS? We were talking about them earlier. The space names. I think they've held up very well on the dip. I know Rocket Lab was just at all-time highs, of course, so Rocket Lab's phenomenal. I don't think you buy it here. It's tough. You're at all-time highs, multiple all-time highs being made, so I think it's something you hold until structure breaks. if you're looking to get into it, it's not the time to do it, in my opinion. But for ASTS, also, like, not really the time to be heavily buying, in my opinion, but I do think we're going to take it to those all-time highs. This 12% dip yesterday was a lot, but you're not breaking any structure. It was all into bullish order flow. Nothing about that is bad, in my opinion. So I still think we continue to all-time highs on ASTS here. Space is strong. See if it stays that way. Looking for any other swings, Casey?
Yeah, the Unity software.
Just you? Yeah.
Yeah, right now. I'm gonna start looking at swings here in just a few minutes. See if there's anything interesting out there. I'm actually looking at a new indicator. Well, I don't know how new it is. It's new to me, but from LuxAlgo. So Will talks about the market breadth a lot. And if you guys didn't know this, I just found this as myself. LuxAlgo has an indicator called Market Breadth Toolkit. And it looks absolutely incredible, as yesterday on the move up, it actually shows where on the move that it had from the upside all morning that didn't make sense. It shows that the breadth was negative the entire time. And then we saw the massive sell-off in the end of the day. And then this morning at 9:50, the breadth actually flipped positive and held positive, moved up all day, which lined up with the internals and everything that we were seeing to remain neutral to bullish. And then we saw the new highs, but during that chop. So very cool to see this this indicator. So I'm going to start throwing it on my charts, start looking at it more often. Let's go.
It's teasing to touch low a day. I know, right?
Let's go see what we can find. Let's go look at some flow.
Oh, no spreads for me today. Sad face, but it's okay. We would have got like 11 cents, 12 cents on the premium if I had grabbed those 614s. See if you can find it now. We'll do. Also, let me refresh. That'll probably, or actually, wait. Let's see.
So nothing crazy on the flow. Let's go see. Change the filters.
Hold on. Why stay true no matter what you do? Say about you.
I want to see orders over. Are those all the orders today? Over 500,000? No way.
I refreshed, Tommy. I still don't see it.
It's gotta be. It has to be fake news. What am I seeing? That's what is? No way. Really?
What you seeing?
Nothing. That's the issue.
That's the issue.
Oh, am I doing something? Oh, no. Okay. No, we're good. There we go. Let's look at all the unusual flow. Let's do sweeps, unusual, over 500,000. Somebody's loading SPY puts right now. 672 puts for February 20th, 2026. Isolate contract. Yeah, that's weird.
50 points from the IB law. Fake news.
Fake
Always on my mind.
Some Airbnb flow coming in, some sold puts, heavy. That's good. I like that. A shit load of Adobe coming in right now.
Mirror all the time.
What are they doing to Adobe?
Adobe. Oh.
Nothing significant that I see. Good backtesting area of resistance, but just do sweeps. Let's see what we got.
John said KC market breadth toolkit indicator is very similar to RSI on the chart, question mark? Like the way it looks, I guess. I assume he's saying.
No.
Let me bring it up. What is it called? Market breadth toolkit.
Yeah.
Let me bring it up. I'll put it on my chart so you guys can actually see it.
It's just like a wave of like red and green. Yeah. See? Yeah.
Is there any settings?
I haven't got that far.
I don't think there is.
I haven't messed with the settings. Let's see. Settings. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just telling you market breadth. Makes sense.
I
think this is probably why he thought like it kind of looks like RSI because it has the higher lows and lower highs drawn.
Oh, so if you go to inputs,
oh, thrust. Oh, the thrust is real.
Thrust.
The thrust is real.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, I like thrust.
Thrust.
Give her more thrust.
Look at the thrusty.
The girl next to me just asked me who that handsome Casey guy was. Oh.
Ooh. Hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
She's thrusting.
She's thrusting.
Wait, what does this look like on NQ? Thrust.
Thrusting.
Oh, it's in thrust right now. We're thrusting right now, Casey. We're in 15-minute thrust. Oh, there's fun now. I like this indicator just because of that.
Yeah, so under the inputs, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things you can watch. You can watch the breadth thrust. You can watch market thrust, breakaway momentum, 10 and 20. Don't ask me what that is. Advanced decline thrust.
How do you see that? Where is that?
Hit the drop down button to show your indicators, top left of your screen on TradingView.
Yeah.
All right, now hover over the indicator at the bottom.
Where it's not here.
The name at the bottom of the indicator, bottom left corner. Oh, says Lux Algo Market.
Oh, I got you.
Settings. Now inputs, that right there. So there's different ones. I'm going through it right now, seeing how it looks different.
Interesting.
Ooh, that looks weird.
We gotta play with this.
Market for us looks weird.
We gotta play with that.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna turn it off for now, but interested.
Yeah, advanced decline thrust. Ooh, interesting. I like that one too.
Pelvic thrusting, yes.
Oh, precisely. Dude, and there's a thing on it too for inputs for data. You can change it from New York Stock Exchange to NASDAQ too. So I guess if you are going to use it on the NASDAQ, go to the input setting, go to data, and change it.
Really?
That might change a few things on your chart for it. You see, it changes a little bit right there. Yeah, look at that. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to mess around with the settings on this and see what I can find. Ooh, what is used fixed levels makes a huge difference too. What the hell?
What are we doing? Oh, I didn't want to do that.
There's
Ah!
the code. Oh,
Too much.
doxed.
I don't
Doxed the
want to see
code.
the code. No. It's scary. Dude, that shit scares me. Honestly, all that. Ah.
Divergence is bottom level style solid. Interesting. Up down volume thrust.
Use the top and bottom levels threshold detail below. I don't know what those mean.
Bread thrust. Yeah.
I gotta look through that actual report on this that like explains it all.
I need BK to come on.
Yeah, we need
because I know he uses it as a tool whenever he trades. He's always talking about market breadth, so I'm wondering what his settings are. But I love it.
She's wearing a mask, so I don't know what's going on. Oh boy.
I'm gonna keep this.
Brent said, "Oh, she freaky." Is it that kind of mask?
What are you guys talking about?
They just like smelling their own breath. That's rough.
We're just chopping.
I mean, I'm actually starting to understand wearing a mask on a plane, solely just a plane, because every time I travel, I get sick. Like pretty much every single time I get on a plane, I get sick. And I don't get sick often. It does not happen. But every time I hop on a damn plane, I'm friggin' sniffling after.
I wonder if it has to do with that or something potentially with like altitude and like your sinuses.
Altitude sickness. I mean, it's funny you say that because when I was younger, because we fly to Lake Havasu every year for like water sports and stuff, and we were flying back, and it just fucked, dude. Like I had like this sinus infection, my ear was plugged, all these things. Ever since then too, it's like I get sick on planes. I don't know. No way they're wearing the N95. That's a thick one. I just feel like I can't breathe. But yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. Every time I go fly, I love flying too. Like I love to travel. At least I always get sick after I'm back from whatever trip I went on though. 12K, one combine pass a week after getting called a gambler. Love this shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Just keep showing the family the P&L. All you can do is produce results. So don't say a word and just produce results. At some point they'll be like, fuck. Guess it's I can try and call it gambling, but when he's bringing in 10K a month, I can't really fucking call it gambling, so just keep producing results, brother. That's all you can do. And you know what's funny, WAP, and this is something for everybody. But WAP, as much as obviously like you want to prove them wrong, just like keep doing you and don't worry about that, because likely what I've noticed is very likely is there's some people out there that are just never going to get it. They're just never going to get it, no matter how much money you're bringing in, bro. Like, there are some people that will look at it. It doesn't matter if you're bringing in multiple M's, bro. They're still not going to... It's not going to connect in their brain at all because you're risking money. So just keep that in mind, too. Don't... Like, I know you're not. I know you're just trading. But, like, don't try and please them. Don't try and change their mind. Keep producing results. Keep doing you. But don't try and change their mind, because it's likely that some of them, man, doesn't matter how much money you make, they're not going to. And that's okay. We love our family still. It's not that we don't, right? But it's hard for... When your family wants the best for you, it's hard for them to see you risking money, even though you're doing good. They're trying to protect you. They think they are, when they're not, right? You know they're not, and you know which path you need to take, of course. And that's where it's like, hey, I love you guys, but if I want actual real change in my life, I can't listen to you. And That's okay. Right? Shit, if I listened to my parents, I wouldn't be here in terms of like that, right? Sometimes you have to go against it. But at the same time, they're unbelievably supportive of what I'm doing. Right? Which is amazing. And not everybody has that. I'm very blessed, right? My parents, this whole journey of trading for me have been extremely supportive. But it doesn't change the fact that at the beginning, they're a little like, I don't know about this, you know? More my dad, because my dad is, you know, he's the dad. He's like, dude, what are you doing? And it wasn't until I started actually bringing in some money that those thoughts changed a bit, right? But even with that, like my brother, for instance, it doesn't matter how much I were to bring in. It'll never click for him, you know? And that's okay. Some people aren't built to see that in this world with risking money. The biggest thing is you can't let it detriment your success. And unfortunately, like, again, it comes down to like, don't take advice from people that aren't doing what you want to do, right? And that goes for everybody. Not even if it's your family, you know, it goes for everybody. Boris. Statistics says only 10% make good money in the market, 1% becomes rich, and 20% break even, and the rest loses money to other groups. Okay. Valid.
And if she wants a discount code, just let me know.
Let's go.
I told her, I said, give the girl my WAP link.
Here's what I would say to that, John. You say statistics says 10% only make good money in the market, 1% become rich, 20% break even, and the rest loses money to groups. I will say statistics say that 10% of people make good money doing really anything. 1% truly become rich, and 20% break even or lose money to other groups. That goes for anything, dude. A lot of us like to hear that and put it on trading only. I'm here to tell you that 99% of people fail at literally everything. Literally everything. Whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's trading, whether it's this business they want to start. 99% of people are failing at literally everything. So, who cares? Do the things that the 1% do and make yourself different. You know?
Oh, Jordan, I have a
Yes,
question
sir.
for you. I want to have this question with like a panel as well. But at what point in life would you say that you are or have become rich? Is it based on a specific amount of money? Is it based on achieving specific goals that you're able to, still you've always wanted to have those things in life and you've attained all of them, and you're at a specific spot financially or whatever it is in your life that you can support it, even though whether it's this certain amount of money or even this certain amount of money, it's more of a mindset thing. Like, at what point in time will you consider yourself rich?
I feel like there's kind of two answers to this. So I'll start with this answer. First answer will be like kind of towards my younger self a little bit, towards like the actual number, right? Like, I don't feel like I'm truly actually getting even into the rich like category until I at least have $1 million. Like, not $1 million to my name, like invested, like that too. That's great, but like, dude, literally, like, rich to me is I have investments and shit, and I got an M sitting in the bank. You know what I mean? Yeah. And $1 million is a lot of money, but in our world, it is so small compared to the amount of money that's really out there. Yeah. And so that's where I feel like as a number, I'll feel like secured. But at the same time, for one, that doesn't mean I'll stop. I could never stop. Like, it's always going to be a goal to go higher. At the same time, though, true like being rich and truly being successful is not a number for me. All I want is I want to be able to, at any time of the month, year, walk into a store, buy whatever I want, whether that's food, whether that's something I desire, whether that's anything, and not ever look at the price. Take care of my family without ever looking at the price. God forbid my mom gets put in the hospital because of something horrible, right? I want to be able to have the money to be able to pay for the best freaking doctors that are on this earth, right? So, like, to me, that's what success is just like bringing my family and myself a life where we don't have to worry about the price of anything, right? Where we can just, we're still going to have problems. We're still going to have issues. Everybody does, but there's no issues with making money. And to me, like, that is where I'm truly rich. Whether I have $1 million in my bank or not, if I can just take care of everybody without looking at the fucking price ever, I'm rich. I'm happy. So that's the real answer. But of course, like, in terms of a number, I feel like I gotta have an M in the bank, you know?
Yeah.
But that's really what it comes down to for me, is like just taking care of everybody. I want to, you know what I mean? I want to be able to tell my future wife one day, like, hey, you want to work, phenomenal. If you want to work, you want to do something, you want to have a career, phenomenal. But like, I don't want her to have to work, right? I want her to be able to, you know, in the early years when we have kids, you're at home, right? Like, I'm at home too. We're trading. Like, I'll obviously be here too, but we're at home with the kids, raising them together. You know what I mean? Like, that is rich, just being able to do that. So obviously you have to have money to do that. There's not a specific number on it, but enough to where I don't care about the price.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's I guess that's my real answer.
I love it. I love it.
You're basically close to my goals, to be honest. Like, I've said this for a long time, but like, what, literally, guys, Casey is my future goal right now. Like, my next step in life, later in life, is like, it's just beautiful. You bought a house, you're raising your kids, I don't know if your wife works or not, but like, does she? I'm curious.
She stays at home, obviously, with the kids, because we had to do something financially, because at the time, you know, we just had Everly, and both of us, I was making $2,500 a month, and so was she. And that was it. And then, you know, then the twins come along. You got 3 kids, right? And our bills at the time were about $2,000 a month, maybe about $2,200. But someone's got to take care of these 3 kids. You put them in daycare, you're spending over $3,000 a month. So that wasn't going to work. So she left her job, take care of the kids, and then obviously me working full time back in my old career, whatever, it was barely, I mean, getting us, you know, through the month. So I had to do something differently. So I started taking trading more seriously. That was my motivation. So as of right now, if she wants to ever go back, if she can. If she doesn't, she doesn't have to. But
and during the important years, you know, of your kid's younger life, she's at home, right? And you are too, which is cool. That's the beauty about trading and like doing stuff on social media, being from home, so you can do that.
So she's hired under the businesses that I have, through my S corp as well. I'm going to eventually do the same thing with my kids when they get older. Just helps overall for family, for accounts, for tax purposes and stuff like that as well. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree with everything that Jordan said. Personally, I don't think there's a specific number that makes you,
but you know, it'll feel good when you got that
rich.
M sitting in the bank.
But
you know,
and that's my goal for 2026. This year for 2026, I want to have $1 million in my bank account, and I'm absolutely going to have that by the end of the year, without a doubt. And it's going to be absolutely incredible. But for me, I think the definition of you saying that you are rich is we all have needs in life. You need to be able to, you know, have a house for yourself, your kids, family. What's the size of the house, the cost of the house, that doesn't matter. Do you have shelter, right? Do you have a house? Do you have means of transportation? Do you have vehicle, whatever it is? Is it a $20,000 car? Is it a $120,000 car, right? None of that matters. So you have your needs, but then you also have like your wants, right? If you want a larger house, if you want the more expensive car, if you want these other things here and there. I think when you can say that you're rich is when the lifestyle that you want to live, where you can get both of those things, you can afford all of your needs, but also get the things that you want as well. That lifestyle then that you have always wanted to get to have the best of both worlds, whether it's you make $300,000 a year or if you make $3 million a year, it depends on everyone has different wants and needs in life. But once you get to that point where you can get that size of both worlds between the needs and wants, I think that's when you cross that line of saying I'm rich in the life that I have, and I'm blessed to be where I'm at right now because I can do those things on both sides.
Yeah. And biggest things, don't just chase the wants, because if you only have the wants and no family to share it with, no people around you that actually care, it's not going to bring you happiness forever. Only a period of time.
It'll be short-lived.
Yeah. It's a hard thing for me because it's like, obviously money is definitely not everything, but it makes life a lot easier. And like I've always thought like, oh, like even when I was younger, you'd hear people say like, oh, well, you're rich, you have a good family and all these things, and they're right. Like that's a different type of rich, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I would always be like, that is just, you're just telling me that you're coping. Like that's just cope, bro. Like that keeps me that keeps me chill and not driven to go farther, you know what I mean? And that's how I've always thought. I'm like, don't tell me I'm rich when like that's literally just a cope for me. But it depends on the meaning of behind it, right? And like what you're actually talking about. But I always just hated that when I was younger. People would tell me how you're rich. I'm like, no, bro, like stop coping with me right now. But it is a part of it, right? Can't really be rich if you have nobody that cares about you. You're just doing shit for yourself constantly. Gotta have both.
How many years you've been trading seriously? I would say overall trading seriously, I'm coming up on 3 years of when the switch started to flip, that I needed to take this more. I have found something that I like to do and that I'm good at, and I need to pursue it more and to start taking it more seriously, because that got to the point to where I started getting to the point where I was making more trading on the side than I was going to my job full time. So I was going to work every day to make about 125, 135 bucks a day. And I'm taking 2 or 3 trades every day or so, and I'm making 150 to 200 bucks a day. And that's adding up. And then it adds up even more. Then I'm making, maybe $300, $400, $500 at some other time, some days. And, now I'm having $1,000 week when it's all said and done, which means at the end of the month, I'm up $4,000 on my little account, right? That I'm trading. I'm up $4,000 profit, and I'm going to work, 10 plus, sometimes 12 hours, sometimes even 16, depends on the day, and to make $2,500 a month. And I can do the homework late at night, set the alerts on my charts, check them intraday, execute a trade, get my 20-30% on my day trades. And I was making, the same, sometimes double than it was going to work for 10 to 12 hours. And that was glancing at charts for, 15, 20 minutes every other few hours from the homework that I did the night prior. When that became consistent, that's when it kind of flipped for me. Like, maybe if I did devote more time and took it a little bit more seriously, I could eventually leave my job. So it's been about 3 years since I decided to do something like that, and then obviously create the name and brand for Casey Trades and do some expansion on social media and stuff like this. So
$5 super chat from Brent.
Let's
Said
go,
self-control
Brent.
plus attitude equals happiness and success that will make you rich. Change your thoughts and actions, and life will change. Yes, sir. Love it, man. I feel like, too, something I want to bring attention to is like a lot of new people might come on to the streams, to the spaces now, and see myself, see you, Casey, see everybody, and be like, oh my gosh, like these guys are just able to be on the screens all day. They don't have to worry about anything else, a job, nothing. They're just able to be here. Like, if I was able to do that, I'd find more success, because I found myself in that spot in the beginning. And let me tell you, it's not the case, because all of us, majority of us at least, were doing multiple things at once while being on spaces. I remember when I started spaces, I was trading every morning on spaces until about 11, 12 o'clock my time. Then from there, I'd get on direct sales meetings and calls and be doing that, literally driving to work on those calls, sitting in the parking lot, about to go into work at Ojai Pizza, which is a pizza place. I'd deliver pizzas. I'd walk in, ending the phone calls, and be working all night. And then I'd wake up and do it all over again. I did that for like over a year straight. Right. And so I say this to say that, like, you guys are not alone. We have been there for anybody that's doing that. It's hard, but it's also the best times ever. Like, I think back to those times and I was just grinding so hard and getting so much work done. It was just beautiful, right? Because you have to be on go and you're just driven because if I stop, I'm screwed, right? And then it turns into something so much greater as you stay consistent with that, as you keep going. You're able to leave that job, like Casey said. I mean, I was showing up to that job going, shit, I'm losing money showing up here right now, getting paid hourly. I could be on a call right now. It's going to make me more. I could be signing this deal. I could be doing this. What am I doing? Right. And so that's when I took the time to say, all right, it's time to get away. And it's the best decision ever, right? When you're able to do that. But don't force yourself too early. I also made that mistake.
I also believe in multiple streams and sources of income.
Yes.
If trading full time, if that's the one thing you want to focus on and do, I think that's absolutely incredible. But the fact that if you do trade full time, that means one, you have no boss, you have nobody to answer to, right? It is you. You make your plan for the day, right? You set your schedule. You don't have to go clock in, clock out, listen to somebody else, take orders, do all of that bullshit, right? So now, yes, you're working for yourself and you want to do this full time, but now you have the flexibility on with all your other time.
It's not that you have no boss. You have to be your boss.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You don't have. It's not that you have no boss. You have a boss, but it's you, and that's where people go wrong. It's tough. It's tough.
So what's good about that is now that you are the boss, you can decide throughout your day, if I want to spend this hour or two focusing in on the market right here, making money, perfectly fine. If I make my money for the day and I want to be done, I can. There is plenty of time still left in the day, right? What else can you be doing in this world to go find out where you can make more money to keep bringing things in? Start finding ideas, find other things that you're good at, find just anything and everything, honestly, in which you can manage to do with your time and your day for multiple streams of income. I think right now I have 6. I think I have 6 different streams of income. And it's overall, when you have multiple sources of income, I think overall financially, it makes you less emotional with all the different ways in which you're making money. Because if you only have 1 or 2 things, if one of them starts to fail, you're not doing well at it, or whatever it is, or business starts to pull back, or whatever it is, now you only have the one other one that can compensate you, right? So now
I started making more money trading when I got other sources of income, because I was like, oh, I'm not as emotional and I don't have to worry about if this trade doesn't hit, I can't fucking eat tonight. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that.
It messes with your mental. It's all emotional, psychological. I'm telling you, it's what it is. So when you have those multiple streams of income and you just expand yourself, start another business or get involved in another business, or just use maybe just whatever you can to get your foot in the door on something else to bring in other income. Overall, it helps you just psychologically and mentally overall just stay sane, I think, financially, because you know that you've put in the work and you've grew this business, this business, this business. You're also attached to this one over here. You got a few grand coming in over here, off on the side for this, whatever it is. So versus if you just had one or two, right? One of them starts to fail. One of them starts to pull back for a period of time, and you have to rely on just that other one. It's going to stress you out to no ends. So I think I've just been a firm believer ever since I've been able to not answer to anybody else, but answer to myself and be able to branch out, create businesses, or do whatever it is. The opportunity is 100% out there to get multiple sources of income. Doesn't matter if it makes you an extra $500 a month. Doesn't matter if it makes you an extra $5,000 a month, whether one's small, one's large, whatever it is, it doesn't freaking matter. Just find something that you like to do, can make money from, take that and just do it over and over again. Keep trying to grow it, keep expanding, and just repeat that over and over again. My next thing that I want to get into later this year is real estate. I haven't got to get into real estate yet. So that is my next stream of income that I'm going to be looking to get into.
If you want, if you're ever going to do real estate in California, hit up Candlestick Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Any of the OGs in the chat remember Candlestick Nick?
Candlestick Nick. Vida.
He big real estate agent right now. He's out in the Bahamas right now. Just enjoying.
Is he really?
Just fucking cuz, bro. Really? With his fiance. They're about to get married. Go. Him and Alyssa, shout out. Haven't seen them in a minute. I miss them.
We got to get him to jump on Spaces one day.
I know, that would be awesome.
Shout out to Robert for that move up earlier for SPY and SPX, $2,000 profit in 25 minutes. Let's go. He said, and a half decent wrapper on the live stream. Let's go. We crushed it.
Does he still trade? He invests, and I mean trades here and there when like maybe there's a big obvious opportunity, but not really. No, he's more focused on real estate, but he's of course long-term investing. I'm pretty sure he still owns Nvidia. I know he was just buying like SPY majority though. Weren't you on a boat in Mexico with Candlestick Nick? I was. That was last year. Maybe a little over a year ago. Whatever happened to Christine? Oh my gosh. OG over here. I remember she used to do Storybook Time or something. She used to do a bunch of stuff. I think, doesn't she have a show that she does right now? Nothing like happened between all of us. We're all cool. I know, just like people grew out of the trading spaces a little bit, you know, and she was kind of one of them. But shout out to Christine. I haven't seen her in a long time. I follow her and her husband though on Instagram, and once in a while we'll go back and forth on messages there. But
I'm trying to remember Christine. Was I?
I don't know if you were on yet, to be honest. That might have been before your time.
Maybe.
Because like,
well, I started coming in.
Did you come in after the Atlas stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I'm pretty sure kind of like a little bit after that she bounced out. So she was around kind of before all that hit.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't on X or on Spaces during the whole when Atlas was doing
that shit was wild
stuff.
It did get more people talking about Spaces though.
I bet.
Oh yeah. Everybody knew who we were after that. Oh shit. Anyone seen B trades lately? No.
I sent him another message last week. I still haven't heard anything.
Like probably a month ago. I don't think he messaged me back. I saw him post on Instagram recently, though, so I know he's okay.
Oh, he did?
I think so.
Because I was getting worried.
Let me see. Wait, when's the last time he posted? I could have swore I did.
Let me.
Yeah, he posted January 1st. Happy New Year 2026 at the Boyle House.
Okay, good.
So he's like, oh,
do I not have?
Well,
let me see if I can find him on.
He's okay. I gotta send him another DM. See what's going on.
Follow. There we go. Yeah, look at him. Ooh, he was eating a freaking. He was eating a pot right there. He got a boil. That's what I like. Shrimp boil. Oh yeah, he's been posting. These ones go back August, November, October. Yeah. B-Trades, but B-Trades, he's doing the thing though. B-Trades he had multiple sources of income. He trades on the side. He would tune in for a little bit every day, make a few trades, make his money, and he bounce out. I mean, he had other things to then go do and use his time to make even more money and do stuff with his family. I mean, he's doing it.
He is doing it. Oh, by the way, I just noticed this. It's Elvis Presley's birthday.
Is it?
Apparently.
Google says so. Elvis. I have here, let me see if I can find it. I have an Elvis Presley record that's old, and it's also gold.
Ooh. It's probably worth a lot.
It is. I have a bunch of records from like the 1930s to like the 70s. And let me see what I got. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's in here. Yeah. Oh, let me open up this giant box real quick. See what we can pull out. I got a vinyl of Frank Sinatra that was recorded of him performing in Vegas on vinyl record.
Oh.
And that's probably my favorite one that I have. Let me see. Dude, like insane. Look, this one's still wrapped in the freaking plastic. Still in the plastic. Oh, let me turn my background off real quick. Let me turn this off. This one's still in the plastic with the sticker from whatever freaking store that it came in. Look, this is from the 30s.
Wow.
Hit songs of the 1930s. Yeah, still got the freaking plastic on it, the sticker on the back from the store.
Bro.
Yeah, freaking Dynacoustic Process. I mean, this is between top songs from 1930, and this was made in 1939.
Wow. That's dope.
This is an RCA record. This is Elvis live in person at the International Hotel recorded in Las Vegas. I have that one as well. This is a 1977 Elvis Presley record.
So sick, bro. Did you buy these or like have them given to you?
My great grandmother, when she passed away, this and that record player there, that was in her house. Here it is. So this is my Frank Sinatra record here. This is the full thing of him in Vegas.
Yeah, that's
the records.
So cool.
The records are down inside. Which side? Are they inside the book? Yeah, they're inside the book. Right here. So they're inside.
Wow. It looks so crisp.
Yeah, this is the one. Look, this one right here. Look, Elvis Presley still in the sticker from 1971. This record was $2.98.
Fuck.
Yeah.
$2.
Let me see if I can find the gold one. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Elvis Presley, the GI.
Oh, blues. Yeah.
I got that one. Got his Christmas one in here somewhere too. Here you go. Should be in this one.
Bro, he's got
You gotta
it.
be careful. Is it in
That one's
this one?
ripped, huh?
Oh, it's not this one. Should be somewhere.
Homeboy's just got it all over here.
Got Frank Sinatra Christmas record. That one's green. That one's pretty neat.
Sick.
Where the heck is it? Literally the. Oh, here it is. All right. So Elvis Presley. All right. It's a limited edition RCA record here.
Sheesh.
This one is from 1973. There's 2 records in here in which they are both gold records. So here's one. And then here's the second one here. And it's just it just gives a little picture of it right
Bro,
here.
they're so shiny.
They're both they're pretty freaking cool. So
Damn.
yeah, that was pretty neat.
That's so sick.
It just
Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And for the man's birthday. Let's go.
Shout out Elvis. My grandmother and great grandmother were
Massive fans.
Yeah, she has another Elvis Presley record that's in a glass case. That's in her storage unit somewhere with a bunch of other records. This is only like 20 records. I think she had like over 200.
Oh wow.
They're still in a storage unit somewhere. Like freaking so much. Probably worth so much money. It's not even funny now.
Yeah.
They all still work. I still pull them out sometimes and put them on the record player.
Yeah.
I like listening to my favorite, obviously the Frank Sinatra one. Listen to him in Vegas perform that live "Fly Me to the Moon" is probably like my absolute favorite of all time out of all of these.
Will popping in.
What up, Will?
What's up, guys?
What up, baby?
Just chilling. Still in the range.
Say what I said. What was the level I said earlier? About 69.20? Is that looks like about
69.30?
Yeah.
69.30 was the target upside, and we said slam it back down into the range. And SPY was 690.60. It hit 690.62. I got like 80% on the credit spread, and then we're just back to the same zone again.
So I got a 69.35, 69.25, 69.15 butterfly. I'd like, if we get a little rally here, would be good. I would like the 25 level to pin would be great. If we can make that happen. We have been stuck right here at 69.15 for a while.
It could be auctioned at Christie's for money, maybe. Who has all the medals? Those are mine. Those are. I just put those up.
Drop test.
Let me see. It's not a RCA record player. Don't correct me if I say this wrong. Is the brand called? Is it Studebaker? Studebaker? Whatever brand that is. That is the brand of the record player that's behind me.
So
that's
close.
how you pronounce it right.
So my break even 69.17 on the downside or 69.32 on the upside. If I pin the 25 strike, it will be a basically 300% return. No, yeah. So we'll see. Little rally here will work.
Roblox. Little call flow coming in, $73 call. It's February 27th, 2026. Let's go take a look real quick. I mean, stock looks like shit. It is coming to an area of support on a larger time frame. I mean, this stock is looking terrible. The closer it gets to 70, the more I'm intrigued to start buying. It's almost there. What sport? Soccer. For 14 years.
There you go.
2 knee surgeries.
I need to go back to the skate park and go fly in the air a little bit. It's been a while.
I used to skateboard years ago.
Yeah, before I wanted to do anything financial, I thought I was going to be a pro skateboarder. That's what my whole life was for my entire childhood.
Yeah, mine was pro soccer player. That's all I ever wanted growing up as a kid. My parents spent endless and thousands of dollars to get me to the point of like top tier soccer academies and stuff like that.
So I'm thinking one thing that we need to put on our radar for tomorrow. Obviously, we got some big data coming out, and I'm just watching yields right now. I'm trying to see what we're doing here. We got the long bond is at highs of the session, and I noticed that Besant was just speaking a little bit ago talking about that they want to get the long end of the interest rate curve down. And I think the challenge is the only way they're going to be able to do that is they're going to have to be able to, I mean, a weak jobs number and an unemployment rate that goes higher is probably the only thing that pushes the yield curve on the far end down. If we don't get that, so for tomorrow, let's say we get a strong jobs number, yields are going to rip higher, which is going to put pressure on small caps and probably pressure on the market if it's too good. And then they're going to pull the rate cuts out of the Fed fund futures market. And maybe there'll be no rate cuts for 26. So that's a negative. If the jobs number is too soft and it comes in negative or unemployment goes to 4.7 or 4.8 or 4.9 and it spikes up, I think the market sells and rates go down, but it's on slower growth and maybe rate cuts get pulled forward. So maybe we need the Goldilocks jobs number. We need something that's like not too good, not too bad. Somewhere right in the middle comes in line to kind of keep everything okay. Because I think in either of those scenarios, if it comes in on one side or the other, I think the market sells if it's out of line.
Yeah.
Because you got the 30-year yield right now, 4.86, which is the high end of the range. And if that thing all of a sudden starts shooting up to 5%, I think that'll put some pressure on the equity side. So Apple, this breakdown, and then we got this doji. Now I'm just wondering, are we going to work our way to the trend line at 250? Very oversold in the short term. Momentum is weak. RSI is down at 24 on the daily chart. I'd like to see like maybe a bounce back to the 260 and then maybe a lower low like a 251, 252 on a divergent RSI. You could probably be a buyer there. But that's got to play out over the next few days or weeks for that to happen. But I do like it into that 250 area. Silver down. I bought some silver puts yesterday in SLV. I'm going to sit on those because silver's run a long way. Yeah, the GDP stuff is the estimates probably will be big. And you got to remember, part of that GDP increase is due to tariffs and exports. And just like in the first quarter of 25, we had all that front running of imports due to combating the tariffs. And now you have less tariffs, or I'm sorry, you have less imports coming in. You're going to have more probably exports because a lot of it was front run for inventory. So you'll see GDP kind of spike up with net exports as a part of that equation. But the jobs number tomorrow, I think the consensus is what, 55,000. Unemployment rate stays the same at 4.6. Private payrolls are looking for 55 positive and manufacturing negative 10,000. So I'm curious. What do you guys think in the chat? Is the unemployment rate going to go up, stay the same, come down? Do you guys think the jobs number will come in line? Will it be a hot number, or will it be a miss? My thought is the administration, they honestly need if they want longer term rates to come down, they need a softer number. They need softer employment data. That's the only thing that's going to bring the long end of the curve down. Or inflation data that starts to really decelerate. If you look at, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Truflation Index, but I know Truflation was down at I think like 1.6 or 7% is what it was tracking most recently. So inflation may end up coming lower in Q1, Q2. So I think from the administration standpoint, they need some weaker jobs data to get these longer term rates down, because if they don't, if this number comes in high, rates are only going to go higher from here. And that's going to push mortgages back, maybe closer to the 6 and 6.5 mark if they start going up from here. So it'll be an interesting day, to say the least.
I'm just looking for jobs number to be strong and inflated by holiday season.
Yep. Well, then my gut is if that number comes in hot and that unemployment rate goes down, they're going to rip the Fed fund futures. They're going to take those 2 rate cuts that are currently priced in for 26. They're going to take them right out, and then there will be no rate cuts priced in. So if we get a hot number where the unemployment rate goes down, I think the market sells on that news, because rates will be that long end, that 30-year yield is going to be pushing towards 5% if that happens. Small caps will definitely get whacked if that happens. They should, if yields spike. Yeah, the Japanese 10-year, that has been rallying for the last 3 months out of that base in the 160s. It is stalled the last probably 3 weeks, kind of at that 210 level, but it's something to keep an eye on. Really, you got to keep an eye on the yen cross. And if you look at the yen cross, yen is, what is dollar yen USD JPY? Dollar yen's now trading almost 157. So I would expect, though, if that happens where the yen keeps weakening against the dollar, the Japanese central bank will probably step in and do some type of intervention, would be my guess. Yeah, then we got the tariff stuff too. We got the tariff.
Yes, we do.
I don't know if a lot of stuff I see is like that. Oh, we're gonna have a decision. Like there's not gonna be a decision. There'll be commentary on it, but I don't think they're gonna allude to one way or the other. I think they're gonna be evasive on what they say. I really don't think you'll be able to get a read through from that. I mean, it could be now, it could be June, it could be sometime this year. I'd be surprised if they just come out and say, "Yep, this is the final rule." I don't think they're gonna do that. Could they? Maybe, but what yield are you referring to? if you're talking about the 30-year yields I'm looking at, if you're on TradingView, it's US 30Y is the 30-year yield. If you want to look at the Japanese yield, it's JP10. JP10Y is the Japanese 10-year. But we are sitting on the 30-year at 4.86. Obviously, that's correlated to TLT if you're looking at ETFs, or the ZB, which is the long bond in the bond futures. 4.86. If we break through this level, I mean, it's going to be probably a fast run right to 491 and then probably to 5% if the number's really hot. And that is possible. And then on the 10-year, maybe we get back to 423, 424 area. We're trading about, so that's about 5-6 basis points higher. But it's more about what it's going to do to the Fed fund futures market. And do they pull those rate cuts out of the forecast? Because right now, like I said, if you pull up the Fed watch tool and look at the current forecast for 26, Fed fund futures ends the year with 2 cuts in 26. It looks like a cut mainly in June and then a cut in September is what's currently getting priced in. So if that number comes in hot tomorrow, that's going to push the June rate cut out to probably September. Maybe there's one cut. If it's too hot, maybe it takes them both out, and it's going to shift the whole Fed fund futures market a little bit, which will cause volatility. It'll cause volatility in the bond market, and then it'll cause volatility in stocks. There's no doubt. Honestly, for the rest of the session, I don't think we do much. I mean, we've been talking about this, like the basically high volume area of ES for the day is right around 69.55, and that's where we're at. So I would say we probably chop through this area on either side of it, maybe plus or minus 5 points. Just looking, I was curious, what is the expected move? Let me pull that up. Expected move for tomorrow. Let's see. So tomorrow is... So expected move for SPX tomorrow is 49 points. Is the expected move in the options market. So we're trading called 69.20 for a round number. You got 50 points to the downside, which would be 68.70, and basically 69.90 to the upside is your expected move. NDX expected move is 244 points either way. So actually surprising. I thought it'd be a little bit higher than that. But based on where the VIX is, that's still pretty good range on a 15 VIX. But when you look at the bigger time frame on the daily and you see this, we've been in this triangle on NDX, either whatever happens, we're going to break out of this triangle one way or the other by time. So I would expect the range is going to be expansive tomorrow. It could be to the upside or the downside. The symmetrical triangles, when they break, typically the other thing too is when you break a symmetrical triangle, in theory, you're supposed to break out and then you're supposed to retest where the triangle breaks. So if it breaks out to the upside, I would look for a retest back to that daily triangle, kind of where X marks the spot between the two trend lines. That's usually a good area, either from the downside or to the upside. That's kind of your like pullback area. If you break down, you kind of throw back to the entry of the triangle and then kind of goes from there. 1 second. I can share it to show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, go ahead. Throw it up there.
Yeah, I'll share. 1 second. Gotta move some stuff around. Share.
Trying to pop to the hourly high.
Yep.
Finally gonna do it.
I bounced right in the same zone from earlier and held.
Wow.
Back up in the same spot. Who would have guessed?
So I put that butterfly on. I'd sent it to Emp. You know what? I thought I changed my my fill, but I basically was a 90% return on that butterfly that I did earlier. But anyways, this is what I was talking about in this big time frame on the daily of where it can break. So when these triangles start to form symmetrically like this, you get obviously to the end of it, something has to happen because you're running out of space, right? So either we're going to break up this way or we're going to turn and break lower. And usually the moves out of these, from a technical standpoint, from a technician in the book, it tells you that basically the range of the triangle from here to here, that should be your move. So the move should encompass the top and the bottom of the triangle. So if you break out, your target's down here, right? And if you break out to the upside, your target's going to be the top of the triangle. So typically what you're supposed to do is you come out, you retest like here. If you break to the upside, you should look for a retest of the point of the triangle, and then you look for continuation. Or if you break down and we get a throwback up, you would look to like this could be a short entry if we break the trend line. You don't always get that, but if you do, like if you get a breakdown and then we kind of run up and test the back of this trend line somewhere, then you could look for continuation back to the downside. But typically these triangles, when they do break, they do have explosive moves. On the SPX, it's a little bit different. This is more like a wedge pattern. It's like I said yesterday, like you had this high and this high that are tied in. And then yesterday we went above it and then failed. Like I said, I thought we would close below that 69.50 area, which we did. So you were rejected off it and then you were caught by the 9 today. So this is going to fill out. This is the same thing. Either we're going to break up or we're going to roll over. This is a little bit more of like a wedge, where typically wedges, the way this pattern's setting up to me, For my trading, for as long as I've been doing it, it's rare that you kind of see them break out to the upside like this in this fashion, because these highs are what I would consider, they're all poor highs, really. They never really had any strength. Like, you should have broke out before that. So this one kind of looks to me like if it does break, it's going to go more like this, which would be the same as the NASDAQ. But that doesn't necessarily mean it will. It's just uncommon that you kind of, you have this, then you come up again, test it. You don't break out over this high. It was very lackluster. It gets rejected. Then you come up to it again, you reject it. Now you are making lower highs and the moving averages are moving up. But typically the way these wedges work, they just don't, you just typically don't see them do this and then just rip to the upside. Not saying it can't happen, but it's a little bit more of a rare pattern.
Yeah.
And then you take, as I've been saying, go back to the weekly, you look at the move, and then you start looking at this divergence. So this is what I've been talking about I'll try to slim this down. I know it's kind of tough to see, but I want everyone to look at this. This is on a big time frame. You're talking all the way back to 24. So you have high in the RSI that's here, lower high. Now you got lower highs. It literally, it tagged it, and look at every time you've touched. Like right when you came here, we had that big down candle. When we tagged it right there on the trend line, you got another one there. What did we do when we caught this trend line again? Boom, sold. Now we're rallying up, but you're making almost. So that's on big time frame, right? Divergent. That means you're losing momentum. And then if you look in the shorter term picture, which is this is more like on the daily chart, but you have another one right here. So you have momentum going down. What it's telling you is the move up is losing steam. And as RSI continues to make lower high, you need to be cautious at these levels. Unless you get a break back above trend, where all of a sudden RSI breaks back above, we get closes above the downtrend line, and then really you get a close back above this one, because this is a much longer time frame of divergence. So to me, and you can kind of see it if you go back, like if I just scroll back this way, before we started getting divergence here, but look at the sell-offs, right? As soon as you get 2 points, and then you had all these lower highs, eventually this cracked in a much bigger way when you start getting all these lower highs in the RSI.
Yeah.
So now here's a high. You try to make another high, but look at how much lower the RSI was at this point. And you look at the yellow line, it's sloping down. So it's just telling you momentum is diverging. And then eventually what happens is, whether it's news or something else, but then the market finally breaks down and boom, we get the big flush. So could this trade higher and continue to go like this? And this breaks down later? What we could have, in a bullish scenario, you could say that this RSI breaks trend. Maybe we get a rally on the news tomorrow, breaks back above, we go a little bit higher, and then we run into this trend line here, and maybe that's at 77,050 or 7,100, and then you pause at this level and you have another divergent lower high in the RSI when the market's making a higher high. So that could happen if we got over this trend line. So it's just a little stretched, and I don't like when I see this type of momentum that fades on a big time frame. They take a long time to play out, these divergence, but that's just kind of how I look at it.
We're flying.
The SPX put credit spread, 25 minutes, but if you're in it still with runners, it's 100% full profit. Should expire and be cash settled tomorrow morning.
Let's go. Take out this hourly high now.
We are back to 690 on SPY. Who would have guessed? Just leave it here.
M said they know me. Global entry on all that. Frequent flyers, sir.
I'm going to take a guess and say that SPX should be at 69.25.
That's correct.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Yep, just curled off that bottom right back to it. I thought I had my butterfly. I had it on for basically 100%, and I'd put in an order, and then I thought I'd change the fill, and I didn't. I got filled in profit, but it should have been for more because this is where I thought we'd chop to. This thing will probably, if it closes in this area, my short strike was $69.25, so it's probably worth $6 now. I'd be my guess. I can put it back in just to see. I closed it at $4.20.
What a freaking ripper. If you marked the zone on SPY and Qs from earlier, where buyers keep defending, you sniped low of day on Qs 3 times. For SPY, since it did it this morning at 10:55, 1, 2, 3, we'll say 4 times off this zone so far. This is ridiculous. And now we just hit the red zone above. So now watch for a red candle rejection. Apple bounced a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, new high a day, Apple. I swear, if SPY puts in a shooting star or just gets smacked right here and comes straight back down to 689.50, be insane. It'd be fun if they break through this and we actually see a new high of day. That would be interesting. That would make me not want to swing short. If we reject here, go back down to the bottom of the zone and fail that before market close, I will probably swing short. If we do nothing and we stay inside the box, then I do nothing.
Nada.
That's
Just
the game.
I mean, your high volume area was down here, 69.15 in the day. Yesterday, even at the close, you had that big spike, 69.20. I said that this morning. I said I thought we'd chop around the 69.20 area for the majority of the day, and that's kind of what we did back and forth. So you're kind of between these two POCs is what you got. That's why you wonder, like, you look at this area on the chart and you see we just ping pong back and forth around this 15 for the last, hour. And then we finally got a move away. Now you move back up to the next one, which is a 20, and look at where we are.
Look at SPY. Oh my God! Look, 8 cents away. Now
you got yesterday's close is right in here. So
look, 20% off SPX puts off the level once again. Great job, dude. It's like freaking clockwork. Look, it's about to come straight back down and hit the yellow level right after that. This chart has been absolutely insane today.
Yeah, this has been a good ping pong where you can trade levels and it just keeps coming right back to the midpoint. Like, look at where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Right here to right here. This is yesterday, which is in this area, and then this is today. And look at where you kind of spent all this area, majority of it. You come to it, come down here, you came back up. Now you're just right in between them.
Fly X. Let's go take a look. Fly exclusive. Well, yeah. I mean, look at the after hours mood. Don't tell me to buy it now. You should have told me to buy it before the stock went 200%. You want to short this thing? That volume is insane. Yeah, I'd probably get run over with my luck. I mean, the stock was at $3. It went to 9, and now it's at 7. That's an insane move. Oh my God, what a rejection! I'm probably going to do that at some point in time this year. Just take a single week where I do nothing but trade futures. And just do stuff like this all day. Hell yeah.
JD, I like those. I like the Chinese. Oh, let me clean this mess up. Hold on. You know what? I'll tell you, I have a long history with Chinese stocks. I sat in them for a while. I had some leaps on them, and they finally paid. But man, did it take some time.
Yeah.
I was in those names like late COVID when we started to come out of it, like from like late 23, 24. And I'm like, man, they were still in like lockdown mode. And I was like, these things got to rally, right? They have to. They're going to come out with stimulus. They're going to do something. They just never did. So I had long calls in them and I'd roll them. But what I would do is they never really went a ton lower. And I just kept selling puts along the way.
Yeah.
And to really try to cut my my debit out of my calls, and eventually the calls became free is what happened, because I would do puts on the monthly cycle pretty aggressively, and then had longer dated calls to try.
There's your previous day low back test on SPY, 5-minute 9. I mean, that couldn't have been more of a beautiful short, and now you're back right here to the midpoint. If you are short right here, I know you took some SPX puts right there. I mean, freaking 100% in one candle. I mean, that's insane. Great job.
I don't love
insane, dude.
JD. I don't love as much, only because the chart doesn't look as good. Baba. I like that better because I do like the support here at like 148, 150. If you go back on the weekly,
the other one that looks decent?
Yeah, like you have this big rounded bottom. We finally rallied. I was in it from in the 80s down here originally on my leaps, and I sold majority in the 150s, and then I sold the rest in like the mid 180s, just because of this structure over here. I thought, and it was extended, but you're pulling back right to the previous breakout.
PDD.
Yeah, Pinduoduo is another one. So as long as this area holds and these lows around 145 hold and Baba, we get back above this 9 weekly, I think that could run back to the upside. We get a little break of this trend here. I'd like to see this trend break. So if we can get this trend to break and we get to the upside, Baba probably broke the daily. I don't know if it's broke the weekly yet. So I'd let this kind of break on the weekly and get above that 9. And I like it. What'd you say, Pinduoduo?
Yeah, PDD doesn't look terrible. There's a gap to fill on the daily, just above.
Yeah, on the weekly, the chart's messy. You're just dead smack in the middle of this congestion. So
Baidu looks like a short, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't like the candle on the weekly.
Yeah, it's overextended. I think it could pull back. So I think risk to reward right now, it looks decent for
I mean, you could argue that this maybe is this a cup and handle that forms. I mean, if we consolidate here and can go sideways and then start to look north, I mean, that may be in play, but we definitely don't want to see it like slam back down in the 120s. I would not be interested in that. What's some other Chinese names? I mean, we just look at the K-Web as a whole.
Neo.
Yeah, Neo. So K-Web's been in that downtrend, kind of following that as well. Back to, there's a lot of gaps in this because of the overnight sessions in China, but when I look at the K-Web as a whole, I don't love it as much, just because you're back below the 50. You got rejection off that 9 weekly, under the 50 weekly. although you're finally above the 200 after you've been under it for a few years, and you are in a uptrend. So draw this trend line here.
Amazon's going to 250. Oh, yeah.
Kind of got a couple trend lines to work with in K-Web. I mean, I think longer term, if we got back to like 32 in K-Web, you got a trend line, you got a 200 that's trying to come up and maybe start to curl, 200 weekly. Maybe there's something to do there. You may get oversold into that level anyways, but you got a couple areas of confluence there. So I'm going to put an alert on there for around that $32 level if we get there. I'd be interested in it. What was the only you said, Amazon?
Yeah, I mean, it broke the daily wedge. It's getting continuation. I mean, if it backtests 240, I'm gonna go long, but it's looking good for continuation to 250. That daily wedge break was perfect.
Yep, this is another. Yeah, this one right here, and as they say, trading is a lot of triangles and breakouts, is what you see. But you know, clean break of this this downtrend right here, and it gave you some opportunity to get in it as it kind of fought through the EMAs after it broke out. This candle was really a spot. This probably screwed some people up, I bet, because you kind of got this rejection day. But the thing is, you never got any follow through, and then you got back to the upside. So
if you take the bottom of that green candle in the middle
here,
no, to the left, down at the bottom of that trend line that you drew,
right here,
draw a trend line from there to the higher low to the red candle on the right.
Yeah,
and see where that one that would have tried to shake people out. Look,
bang.
Even though it pulled back, it was just a higher low, third time's the charm, and they bounced it, sent it.
The other thing too is here. This is probably good on the hourly to show you this. So this is a great setup, and I'm going to tell you why. So right where Casey's trend line is, this is what I want to show you. I talked about this maybe yesterday. Check this out. If you look at the RSI, I talked about this the other day for continuation patterns of what I look like on the hourly. So you got a low here, right? Higher low in the RSI. When you probe down here to the trend line at area support, you made a lower low. So in a bullish stance, this is called hidden bullish divergence, and this is a buy here because price is not making a lower low below this area, but the RSI is. So it's telling you the momentum here is stalled for the sellers, and it's likely a point that you could buy. So this is a really good setup for continuation patterns.
MOC 45 seconds. Anyone want to swing some Apple January 16 call autos with me after it's got its dick pushed in the last few days? Let's see what we got. We can do 262.5 or 265s.
Apple coming off.
Yeah.
Probably to fill this gap. You could, I mean, if you want to be aggressive, you could do a 257.5, 1/3, maybe the 260 call spread for tomorrow, or ratio spread. You could do that into this gap fill.
There's a gap to fill lower too as well. I think breaking 260 is going to be hard, but here's MOC. Hold up. Downside candle reaction. Let's see what we got. Come on. Give me MOC. Financial juice. Where are you? There it is. Oh my goodness. 20 million S&P.
That's it?
Yeah, 524 million NASDAQ. S&P was to buy. NASDAQ was sell. Oh my goodness, that's tiny. The SMG.
It's really
Very
small.
MOC. Daily chart on QQQ is my favorite setup. It is indeed. The issue is, I said if it closes under 620 down near 618, I would swing short. You do have a potential evening star right now with that lower high still. The only thing that I don't like is if you look at the evening star, it hit the daily 21 EMA today, and now it's retracing half of the candle. So now you have a very lower bottom wick on the right side of the evening star, and you do not have the full red body. So as of right now, it's the reason why I was saying earlier, it's the only way I swing short is if you close down there and it gives you the matching red body on the right side to confirm, in my opinion, a good evening star for a short. 100%, I'd smack it. But they retraced almost half of it so far. So as of right now, not going to swing the short based on that. It would have had to close down there closer to as close to 618 as possible.
So, hey, John Smith, I got this IWM chart pulled up. I mean, you do have some divergence, but not when the RSI is sloping like this way. Even though you could argue if this is what you're talking about, I don't know if you're referring to this, but the bearish divergence from here to here. But not when it's more like when you see this yellow line where like the moving average and the RSI is like continuing to slope down, not when it's like starting to curl like this. I like that's an invalid divergence for me, if that makes sense. And then you're also at a high. So like, and you got good price action. So part of it is like, you can't just take divergence at face value. You have to put price action context around it, because if you don't, it'll fake you out a lot of times and get you into positions that you don't want to be in. You want to see like, let me see if I can look for one. Like you want to see like, okay, if we're like starting to get this rolling over in the RSI like we did back here, and the price action starts to look like this, we're getting big bearish engulfings, and like you're starting to get these selling wicks and upper wicks on stuff that you don't see that right here. So this to me is invalid for, a bearish divergence. Not to say it can't form, but you would need price action to confirm that, if that makes sense. If I have another good, but typically I would say the best setups, like that one I just showed you in the Casey and I were just talking about, which was in Amazon, was that pullback where a lot of people got shaken out. I think people, if you don't, and maybe we could do this on maybe a different day or something, but really on these hourly, like I like to look at hourlies and even 4
Swinging
hour.
apple calls. Sorry.
No, you're good. But these setups where you get these hidden divergences like this, that a lot of people don't even know what that is. People are just familiar with regular divergence, but this is a great setup. Really, really nice setup. You got, again,
Brent's wondering how long you've been trading for. Well,
I've been trading since 2007. So long time.
Let's go. 2007. I was in the seventh grade.
Depending on what month, I was 4 or 5.
Yeah, there you go. But just, this is a really cool setup for continuation, and same to the upside. It could be in short setups as well. Actually, I could probably show you one just in the same chart where this is a continuation pattern on a downside trend line. So if you look at this high right here, this is going to be the opposite play. This is called hidden bearish divergence, where I'm doing basically the same setup as this one, but in reverse. So what it looks like is this. You have price is higher than price is here, but the RSI is overbought, and you're getting this divergence here. So this, once the RSI rolls over and you had a wick here and price action starts to confirm, this is a short setup because the RSI is far past this high, which correlates to this high. So it tells you momentum is probably done in the short term. And what do? You get a continuation back to the downside. So, and you were below the trend line, etc. So that's just a different way. That's hidden bearish divergence, and this setup here, hidden bullish divergence. So two good ways to trade, but that's kind of stuff that I look at, and I try to trade levels like that.
Ooh, Airbnb. Oh, let's go.
Trying to pop to that hourly high still.
Listen, I remember coming out of like 2008, and I just started like trade. I wasn't even trading a lot back then, but like seeing that entire meltdown was like everybody I knew was just so shook, and like nobody knew what to do. It was crazy. But probably the best thing I did that year was I caught a lot of moves out of those lows, and figured, hey, if the market goes any lower, it's probably like the end of the earth.
Yeah.
You know,
More Google
and then we
calls
turn
coming
around.
in. Google
I mean, at the end of the
375
day,
calls from March 20th, 2026 are coming in hot.
The market's always going to have positive drift to some degree. So volatility, in my opinion, when you get a VIX at 40, 50, like that's when I am, as a trader, want to be the most aggressive, especially in the options market. I mean, in April, there was points I was selling puts at like the 3250 puts in ES. They were like 2,000 points out of the money with like 3 weeks to go.
Mm-hmm.
And they would, in 2 days, you get a rally, they'd come in 50%. So I said, okay, I'll sell the 3250s. If I get put to them 2,000 points below here, I'd love to be long futures there. Like that's in my mind how I set that trade up in my head. So right now with the VIX at 15, I'll sell data DT stuff, but like I don't have a ton of premium sold like in SPX anywhere below the mark. Like, I don't have a lot of puts sold, just because it can be dangerous when volatility expands.
Yeah. Well, market's about to close up.
Yep, 2 points to go.
What a chop day. We got NFP tomorrow, so should be fun.
Yeah, there you go, Kev. Same thing. You can get wide. I mean, I think there was bids down in the futures at the lows in April, like in the 2000s. Like there was like, I probably have some screenshots from it because I remember taking them, but like I want to say there was like $3 or $4 in ES in premium down in the 2000 strikes, which is crazy. You're talking 2,000-3,000 points out of the money. And here we are back at 21. Can you do something for me? I think I put in the chat earlier, I think I said we'd close right around 21 this morning. I think I put a chart in there. And there we go. There's your close, 20, just 21, 20, right there.
There it is.
I think SPX and SPY, if I'm not mistaken, closed directly on volume point of control on your intraday chart. It's just came back.
Yep.
What a great day to sell options.
What a great day. I know. I'm butthurt I didn't do it.
The funny thing about this entire market today is that we said this at like 11 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
That I wanted to see SPY go and hit that level at the top, make the new high of day, sell it back down. It came back to the very bottom of the range, bounced it, closed flat. Like Emp called it out. I mean, Will, Jordan.
Look at we're popping now after hours.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, a little pop after hours. I don't know if there's news or something small. 50
Well,
cent,
crew,
but
we got Friday tomorrow, baby. Close out the
Let's
first
go.
week strong.
FO Friday.
Gonna sell some
Airbnb
spreads
calls
tomorrow, hopefully.
They closed at like 435, almost 440. Again, those 150s. I'm still in for March 20th. Got that safety trim yesterday at 139.50. This morning, I was down like 10-15%. Beautiful recovery on it today. Back green on that swing, so I'm still in it. And then I grabbed a few Apple call lottos to swing into tomorrow for some FAFO Friday fun.
Let's go.
Yep.
Love
We'll
it.
see. But it's been a great week. So if I lose money on Apple, it is what it is. It's with profits. So,
Yep.
But let's get them in the money. Let's see.
Well, great.
Yeah,
day.
tomorrow will
Let's
be
wrap it up
fun.
strong
Fireworks.
Tomorrow. Have a great Friday. Make sure you're liking and subbing.
I will be. I don't know. Is anybody going to come on early before for the jobs number? Or no?
At 8:30 Eastern. Is that when it's at?
Yeah, 8:30, 7:30. Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be live yet, but I'll be around. I might. If I'm up right then, I'll go live. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's
I'll
going to
send
be
it
a
Lego.
yeah. Shoot me a message. I will definitely be here for that. So,
all right, sounds good. Well, we'll see everybody tomorrow. Reminder: use that Vanquish code, that Wolf code at Vanquish if you guys want to.
I had another nice Vanquish day again.
Yeah, you've been killing it, huh?
I started it on Friday of last week, and I got to get past eval, but I put another $760 profit on the Vanquish account today. So
nice. Yeah, good stuff. Definitely everybody in the audience should get on there and trade with us. Use code Wolf. I know that big sale is over now, but I think you can still save or get 25% off. So take advantage of that. I'm sure there'll be some bigger sales in the future, and we will let you guys know of them. But for now, 25% off. And that's going to do it for today, ladies and gents. Shout out to Emp. I know he's been in the chat all day. He's traveling. We appreciate you, Emp.
Where's he traveling to now?
He's going back to Arkansas, I believe, for a little bit. And then we're all traveling next Thursday to go to Tennessee for bachelor time with Gav, because Gav is getting married this next year, so we're doing a little bachelor get together.
Love it down there.
Yeah. Well, everybody enjoy the Thursday night. We'll see you bright and early on.
Yeah, me, Jordan, gonna go for a swim here shortly.
Yeah,
cool.
It's time for a swim. Yeah.
Sounds good, guys.
Peace out, y'all. Love everybody.
See you guys later.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a good evening.
Later, you too.